Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to join two granny squares together. This is part 3 of the complete granny square tutorial, and in parts 1 I showed you how to create a plain granny square. Part 2 I showed you how to join in a different colour on every round. So the first thing you've got to do when you've completed your granny square is to select the right side of your granny squares, and you're going to match up one side like this and then fix them together so that the holes in the corner match up and all the way across, so you can see all the way through. And then use one of these little clips just to clip your work together to keep it secure. Just out of the way, down round the side, I find the best. And what we're going to want to do is to leave this attractive line across this side and similarly on this side. So we're going to join the top loops together. The first thing I do is to insert my hook into the one chain space on the corner. Just check that this will match up. Yes. Take the yarn you're going to use to join. Now this will be visible on the top, but it creates a lovely border around your work. Draw through a loop, leaving a tail for weaving in at the end, and secure this with a chain stitch, and then pull the tail really tightly so it's barely visible. We're going to start by going into the same loop with two loops with a single crochet. So insert your yarn again, yarn over, draw through 2. And you're going to work your way along the whole of the sides of these two squares. Turn your work slightly towards yourself. Insert your hook into the top loop and the top loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook to both top loops, yarn over, pull through. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook, find that right space. Now when you get to this point, it's worthwhile just stopping for a moment and having a look to make sure that the stitches look the same on both sides. In fact, we can take these two clips off at this point and simply open out our work and take the hook away and check that that stitch along here looks consistent, because sometimes it's easy to get this wrong and to put your hook into the wrong space. So I have actually done this correctly, so we'll continue. Now I only need one of these clips at the other end now. Whoops. There we go. We can continue right along to the end with our single crochet stitches, capturing the top 2 loops. Just turn your work slightly towards you, it'll make it easier. Now you don't want to crochet too tightly, otherwise your square will gather up. But equally, this stitch gives your squares some rigidity and structure, which just helps your project not to stretch. come to the last two, it can sometimes be a little tricky to see. Remove your clip. I wouldn't join in the hole, I would join into the stitch. Just gives a tidier finish. Open the work up and check exactly where that last stitch should go. Then we'll simply cut off the tail, pull it through, and there we have it. We have a neat join between our two granny squares. So that's quite a subtle colour. It's part of the design of the granny squares, but you could do a contrasting colour as well once you get used to this joining method, and it's super quick. I found it gives you a much neater finish, even though it's slightly raised, than stitching them together with a needle and thread. So that's the tutorial for today, a nice short one, and tomorrow we will look at daisy squares. So I've got a couple of examples here. We'll be doing these two squares, which gives you other options for creating lovely patterns for your projects. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and check back for part 4, which comes up later on. Have a great day. Bye.